Hi everybody, how's it going? This is Mark here, and this is one of my figurine videos, and we'll go straight into them. We'll start off with DC Superhero Collection. This is issue 110 or 110, and this is the Grifter figurine. I'll just go in a bit more for you. As you can see, it's a pretty good one. As I said in my previous videos, these figurines that don't actually have a human face, they've either got a mask on, or they're an alien, or they have something that covers their facial features, are usually the better ones. The ones that have got human faces can, not always, but can look quite distorted. But this is a pretty good model. It's a pity. At the moment, this series is getting close to its end now, so obviously there's some people out there that won't agree with me, but they are scraping the bottom of the character barrel now with their their choices of characters they can use for figurines. I believe the only reason why they stuck Grifter in there was because of the DC reboot, and obviously he's now in the new DC universe. So just turn him around so you can see the back of him. And these are pretty good details. I mean, they're not as good as they used to be. They do seem to be a bit, okay, we're getting to the end now, let's just finish them off and get them over and done with, sort of thing. Not all of them, obviously. I mean, this one's a pretty good one. There's a few bits on the flak jacket I think could have been done a bit better, but yeah, there you go. That's Grifter from issue 110 of the DC Superhero Collection. And next up we have Aqualad. I'll just zoom out there for you so you can see the full figure. There you go. And this is obviously isn't the original Aqualad. It's the new Aqualad, who's called Jackson Hyde, who is the son of Manta, I believe. So let's just have a closer look. Just get used to the directions. And this one's a fairly straightforward black pants, red top, not much really doing with the character's costume. There's not really much detail on the costume, so it's not too bad. That's a pretty good little water weapon that he's got, solid water weapon that he's got there. It's like a mace. And if we go the other way, see, if I just move this a little bit, ooh, excuse me, he's got like a saber or a scabbard or some kind of pointy stabby weapon. And I take it he does the, I'm not really that much into this character. I've seen him in Brightest Day, which was the series that he originally come into. So I take it he does a bit of a storm when he uses his powers. His eyes go white or this or bluey sea green, sea white sort of thing. And this one's facial features ain't that bad. Actually, it's not too bad. I've seen much worse than this. Can't remember the issue number, but there was a Marvel figurine done for the character Crystal, the Inhuman Crystal, and the facial features just looked absolutely terrible. If I ever get a chance to get hold of that figurine from my lockup, I will probably show you it at some point. But just trust me to say that it didn't even look like it was human. So there we go, and you can see. So I'm still getting used to the directions on these. If you see on his arm, you can see the tattoo that appears every time he uses his powers. I think I'm actually more knowledgeable about this character from the Young Justice cartoon that they've got out now, and I think that's probably a much better portrayal for the character than what they've actually got in Aquaman comic. There you go. Back down. Now, for some reason, on his left arm, there's no tattoo. There's no glowing marks on his left arm. Now, I could have sworn that in the actual comics, both arms had a tattoo that glowed when he used his powers. I know in the cartoons, in the Young Justice cartoons, they do. So I don't know whether this is a mistake on behalf of Eagle Moss or the people that made this or not. But if anybody out there knows any different, please let me know in the comment section. And there you go. And back to the front again. So again, this one, the costume's not really got that much of a hard paint job to do. It's only black and red with a few bits of yellow and metallic-y gold sort of colours and that on it. So, but it's not a bad figurine, really. Now, next we have the classic Marvel figurine collection, the only one I've got this week, for this video, unfortunately, because my shop that I usually get these from, they couldn't get hold of the issue 176. So with any luck, the next time I do it, I'll be able to put him in now. I think it's like Killer Shark. Is it Killer Shark, or I can't remember. It's the Marvel character that's got a shark motif sort of thing. This one here is issue 177, and it's Sister Grimm. I'll just show you. I'm still getting used to. That's what the actual full figure looks like. And if we go into the figure a bit closer, as always, start with the feet, work our way up. Not a bad little paint job on the buckles on the boots. But sorry, it's just my virus database is blurting on there, ignore that. We get to the hands, and this is something that a lot of these figurines have a problem with. It's the hands. Anybody who can draw, anybody who has any artistic temperament at all, will know that hands are inherently difficult, if not impossible, to draw. I think that's why Rob Liefeld doesn't actually draw them. He just draws fists all the time. But you can see here the hands on Sister Grimm are just terrible. She looks like she's got webbed hands, and as well as that, the paint job on the staff of one, oh, sorry, just there, is quite bad, really. If I can just get in a bit closer with that, you can see the paint job is really bad. on that, on the hand, and on the staff of one. It's not that good. And this is the thing with these figurines, they are a bit hit and miss. The facial features aren't too bad. They look a bit mangerish. And her mouth looks a bit crooked as well. Let's just have a look at the staff of one. And yeah, the paint job on that's not particularly great, really. The thing with this collection is you could buy one issue. Take this issue for starters. You could buy one copy of issue 177 and the paint job would be like this. Not particularly good. Okay, but not really that good. You could get a second issue of 177 and the paint job would be absolutely perfect. You could get a third issue of 177 and the paint job would look like it was put on there by a trained monkey. You know. But you know, there you go. Like I said, with these figurine collections, I mean, they're not really meant to be looked at up close as close as this. They're supposed to be put on a shelf, on a display cabinet, and just admired from afar, sort of thing. So, you know, you wouldn't really notice. The details on the coat are quite good. put a nice upbeat thing to it. You know, the details on the coat are quite good. But like I was saying, these figurines aren't meant to be scrutinised as much as I'm doing it in these videos here. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what they look like up close. They are meant to be put on a shelf or put in a display cabinet and left there and just like looked at and gone, "Ooh, that looks nice." So there you go. That's Sister Grimm Marvel figurine collection number 177. And we will go straight on to the last of the sets that I'm getting. This is the DC chess collection, and this is issue 8, and it's the Riddler, who is a black bishop. Now I have no idea if this is going to come into perspective. There we go. That is what the figure looks like. Roughly the whole figure looks like. And if we go in a bit further, or as far as I can with this one, because it is a bit of a tall figurine, this one. As you can see, as usual with this chess set piece, we have the base, which is emblazed with the emblem of the bishop. As I said, the Riddler is one of the black bishops on the chessboard in this set. And we go up, see the Riddler's cane. See if I can get in a bit further. You see on this one as well, you can probably see if I get the focus right. The paint job on the shoes isn't particularly that good. I just say not really a good paint job on there. And I can also see at the back, on the base, it looks like a bit of a scuff mark on the back of the base as well, but I'll show you that in a minute. As we go up, we see the cane. The hands are a little bit better, if I can get this focus working. So this webcam does have autofocus, but when it's at this, when I'm doing stuff this close of work with the camera, the autofocus doesn't seem to want to work properly. So it's okay if I'm on the camera myself, or if I'm doing something from a relatively far distance away. But if it's this close up work, the camera's a little bit iffy, but it's not built for that. So anyway, back to the figurine. And as you can see on the face, there's a little bit of what I was saying beforehand, which is human faces don't really come out very well with these figurines. But still, not too bad. Nice little question mark on the hat there. Let's just spin it around so you get a back view. Oh, there's a side view. Not really much to see on the side, not really much to see on the back either, but there you go. You can see what I mean by on the feet. There's quite a bad overlap on the paint job there with that one. The base isn't too bad. And here we go on the back. See the bishop emblem again. We go back up. If I show you this, see there on the base. I mean, that might just be me being picky, and it might be an actual how the base is supposed to look. But to me, it just looks like it's not been painted properly. And there's pretty bog standard back of the Riddler, really. And then back to the front again. So there you go. Again, not a bad one, not really a good one, but it's okay for a chess set piece that you won't really be scrutinising. There we go. And finally for this video, we have issue 9 of the DC chess piece set, which is Poison Ivy. And yes, I have put her there. I just haven't. It's just a very small figurine. We just there we go. I'll just pan out so you can see the figurine in full. There we go. That's Poison Ivy. Now, as with all of these chess pieces, I've got one slight worry about them, and that is that these chess pieces do look very similar to the normal DC figurine collection chess pieces. This Poison Ivy does look very similar to the normal Poison Ivy that was in the normal figurine collection, DC figurine collection. But that's just a minor gripe, really. I suppose if you've got a cast that works, then what's the point of making a brand new one if this one's perfectly decent? Let's go in. Now, in this set, you have Poison Ivy is a pawn, which I thought she would have been a bit higher up in the rankings on the chessboard than just a pawn. She's quite a big character. I would have thought that the Penguin would have been more of a pawn than a knight. I would have thought that you could have quite easily made Poison Ivy a knight, but who am I to argue with? And as we go up, yeah, not too bad on the paint job there for the ivy vines on her legs. The face is okay. Again, not particularly great, but I've seen a lot worse on these. And as we take a look, a side view, the detail on the hair's quite nice. Well, I think it could do a bit more shading, but that's just me being picky. There we go. Again, there's a little bit of a problem there with the base and the foot. As we go on to the back, there we go, and to the side, see a lot more detail on the vines. on the arms and legs, which is quite nice. And I think on the base, I never noticed actually. If I can do this, I don't think I can actually. On the base, there's actually a Joker's playing card, which I don't think. No, that's not on the Riddler one. It's not on the main. By the looks of it, the Joker's playing card isn't on the main figurines. It's only on the pawns. So I'd imagine that the Batman ones would have the bat signal or the bat emblem on there. That's pretty cool. Never noticed that before. And there we go. Back again. And there we are. Back again to the top. Well, that is all the figurines I have for this month. So hopefully next month I'll be able to show you issue 176 from the Marvel figurine collection and the rest of them. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to comment, please do so. I love to read comments and answer them, and have a general chat about comics and everything. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, then carry on, thumbs down. But if you didn't like it and you thumbs down, please say why you didn't like it. Don't just hit and run. Don't be a chicken. I'm not going to bite your head off. And yeah, thank you everybody. As always, thank you everybody for subscribing, for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, hopefully next month I'll do another video for the rest of my other figurines that I've got. Again, thanks for watching. Take care, and ta-ta for now.